of the first No Sweet Slow Cup and take the first place prize once again. So we go to the pistol round. Gambit off on a CT start. CPH Flames making their way out towards the A ramp, and they will catch Jabby to start off the kill counts, taking him down to begin off the CT side. Hobbit here towards the boost spot position. See where Manx is. Does not miss his shots on that one. Asilian also being seen as the CTs aggress round the corner. Drop that bomb. Take 3 kills untraded. Nico Odos spotted back here. Does actually enable Nodios to get 2 frags as he peeks back in from the construction angle. And out of side alley, it will be a 3-on-2 situation.
A decent position coming in from the Copenhagen Flames. They get a couple of trades back from Nodius, but the players are already pretty much stacked up towards this A site. There's a wraparound play that can come through from Axel, maybe be a little bit slower to the trigger until finally that contact comes through. And a bait and switch setup. 2 players out towards orange from the city side.
Nodios looking on the back, jumping up top of the boost. See Shiro missing his shots though. Chance available for them to punish him for his transgressions. Nico Odos can get a tap back, however. So that's one good frag to respond. They now know where he is and should by extension know where the bomb's coming in, but they're setting up the backstab. The back passive play from Nafani here at the cross position. Smoke down, allows the plant to come through towards the white cross. Headshot not landed. You can see him at the edge of the smoke, but Axel unable to get the kills together. Nico Odos will flash his way forward. The ramp control means that the info is going to get given up. Obviously, a footstep being heard. I guess they can gather that there's going to be players on this ramp control in general. Hobbit is ready with the off angle. Inters might bait and switch, makes his way back, seen there, and the AK does adjust against Hobbit, get that 1 frag together to a 2 versus 2, so expensive round for the Gambit side, but the SMG could still clean house. Secondary bomb plant could be secured here by the T-side forces, and that looks to be the case.
Axel's been seen coming out from that jump spot, I'm sure, from Jabby. I'm trying to maybe re-peek into that a little bit further. Unfortunately, both these T-side players are just so incredibly low. Axel with the crosshair placement onto the first and makes it the second. And Axel didn't even really have to do anything in that position, right? He just slow walks up from ramp, waits for the mistake. The other player starts running out from alley, and the kills just come filtering into him.
Yeah, 2-0 is much utility if you're going to rotate to the B side. He does tank a nade to the face, though. Asilian waiting for his swing. Catches that player off. Enters. 18 seconds. He's going to wait. Swing on Jabby. Take him down. Look to the bomb planter of Nodios. Here towards the forward boxes, and he does not find his spray through as the smoke clears. The adjustment can come back from the Fama and turn it to a 1 versus 1. Needs to find Asilian quick, though. He's got no kit. Asilian doesn't know that. Faced in. Shot close. Not quite landing. And he's going to go for the very wide face and try and isolate this player. He'll get it in the end. Have plenty of time for the defuse too.
Jeez, that is just perfectly played there from Inters. The 1 versus 3 clutch. And it almost doesn't even feel like it's a big moment, right? Because they're just playing that so incredibly well. Another clutch coming through from the Gambits.
Oh, I think Axel's seen him. Axel must have seen Manx. His crossover is locked. He's tapping through. Force that player to peek. Gets that kill in the end. Bit overzealous, and now the Molotovs, only one of them land here for the T-side line. Not going to do any damage. Will force players away from quad at the very least on the back side, but that forward side, that's where Axel is. Shut down by Asilian. Into still close. Is Jabby ready for this? Not quite. Bomb gets dropped. He turns 180 on towards Nico Odos, who is going to be forced towards Hobbit. 2 kills. Trying to make it 3, but not quite enough in the tank. Asilian will fall to 24, however, so for Shiro, it should be a pretty decent clutch in a 1-on-1.
Asilian's got a wide swing here if he wants to get that bomb plant. If he starts to slow walk into that AWP, he's a dead man. Information should come over as well that Asilian is relatively low. Baits him out with a bomb plant, tries to draw Shiro in the open, and Asilian's now going to be the one to clutch.
The way back to the sniper's nest instead. Got a teammate there for him as well. What's the call here? Just that Deagle face in the air. WP boosted up at the right moment. Takes out Nico Odos. Going to go for the wallbang perhaps. Well, Asilian will fall. Jabby facing. Takes some damage. Not quite going down though. They'll try and take him as he tries to cross back, but he doesn't go to full distance, so it'll be a 4v3 retake.
Oh, there's so much damage done up towards that T side. Not only is there a man advantage for Gambit, but Jabby's incredibly low. Manx is down to almost about half HP. While there's no kit in play, there is a lot of CTs around this bomb site, looking to try and see if they can get a bit of an angle around this smoke. Inter's pushing forward, the instant trade coming through, and now it comes down to Manx and Nodius to hold off. A 1 versus 3 attempt is now going to come through.
Gonna get on the defuse and stick the full 10 seconds. There is no kit in play. Is anyone watching side alley? Yes, they are. Shiro ready to receive, shuts him down, and gets the round just about and kill. And Shiro done a really good job of finding this, but Axel with the other AWP set in towards the B site, takes that frag against the first, sees 2 more players coming out of the gates here towards the stairs. Oh, what? How's he got that kill? Max wasn't ready for that. 3-on-3, nades back towards main. Hobbit Putting an incendiary down towards white box to get the flashbangs come forward. The M4 spray from Indus is a bit awkward, and Hobbit will also fall, so it's all left to Nafani in a 1-on-3.
Yeah, might as well just save onto this AWP. Like, some of these rounds have been so close economical-wise that they don't really have the money to play with around it. Bring that AWP into the next round, make sure it gets saved. And Copenhagen Flames, that was a nice adjustment. We saw last time around they went for that banger position. It was actually the anchor of Axel that saw it before it came through. This time around, he's playing a little bit further towards the default position and instead not going to see that coming in. While it was a bit of a ridiculous secondary AWP shot, they still overwhelm the site. The rotators get dealt with incredibly quickly. The Flames pick up their third on T-side, but Jay, they have all been individual. They haven't been able to string 2 or more together as of yet.
Yeah, you know, that's the next step for Copenhagen Flames, is trying to follow up this round that they just made. Flappy monitors, the next innovation in esports technology. Next innovation in Counter-Strike is Lafani as he takes the face on Nodios, takes that first kill. As City and Nikorodos can respond, though. Copenhagen Flames are dealing with Gambit's aggression pretty well so far. Very reckless, the CT basis right here, and, well, they are falling apart for it. 2 for 1. Shiro will continue this hold here towards the ramp control, but Copenhagen Flames are backing up the rotation.
He made a little bit of noise there for Shiro, so maybe that's why he's a little bit threatened to keep pushing forward in case anyone's just waiting for him. But this is a complete rotation for the T side. Now starting to look over towards B, and they're even rotating Inters and Axel at B.
2 rifles standing, 1 player close range, ready to face up through the main entrance and from the stairs area. I mean, with Shiro holding this position here on the ramp control, there's only really one other place they can go, and I still want to go back through mid. Molotov's trying to force Inters out of the way. Axel got a hell of a task ahead of him. Is Jabby ready for this? No, he's not. Swing back on the first. Nassilian finds that trade. Inters responds towards Manx and backs up to wait for a backup to arrive. 2v2 as Shiro is setting up the backstep here. Inters has just got to stay alive from this position.
A waste of time. Get that bomb down, doesn't matter. As long as the T-side aren't looking at the backstab. Boost coming through for Nikorodos to look into that mid position. And look at how passive Shiro's being too.
Suspects there might be one in play, but now he sneaks up as the Molotov comes in, sees that bomb planter, just executes on him. Should have a decent idea where Asilian's at this stage as well, looking up and down and all around, but cannot catch the star man of Gambit. 10 seconds. The plant's got to be forced towards default as immediately Shiro swings at the same time. Jump facing, bursting
straight back in and putting a nade stack out towards ramp. 3 nades connect onto a kill.
And again, they're playing this A-ramp control well enough to open up the rounds. Copenhagen Flames have got a really consistent basis here, and they're varying it up every single time. They haven't accounted for sandbags, so the Molotov will come in. Hobbit's ready to fight against 2. Alongside Inters, they'll take 2 frags, but it'll be a 2-for-2 trade overall. Inters turns the man advantage to the favor of the CT side as Nikorodos is set to drop. And Max and Javi, last 2 players that remain here for the Flames. Smoke's down, Molotov's in, Orp has got no vision at all. They can secure a plant from here, but they're wary of the utility that the CTs might have.
Great nades have gone back on towards that CT side, but there's also nades as a response coming in from Axel. Not doing a massive amount of damage. Mank starting to reposition. Jabby playing out from the sandbags itself. No kit in play here for Gambit.
Might put a bit of pressure onto them to make the hit happen one few seconds a little bit quicker, but Smoke's down, flashes at the ready. Max waiting to receive as Axel reads his position. Oh, he doesn't, and Nintus doesn't either. Looking the wrong way. Kill coming through for Jabby and Max, and now Axel left alone. 22 HP. Time is ticking. Flashbang to allow the peek. He does burst through on Max, but it will not lead to them winning. The Flames have kept this one close despite the scoreline being one-sided at certain points. Inters, however, has something to say about that. Jabby will find the trade. Shiro's ready with the SMG. Is Jabby ready for him? Flashbang, perfect. Oh, that was well coordinated there from Axel. Shiro called it in and utilizes that to grab an AK for it. 4-on-3 for Gambit.
Jeez, that was class. I mean, you could not have timed that any better. As soon as he peeks around the corner, instantly blind. Swing comes out from the CT side. Maintain the man advantage. Off angle out from Hobbit. Does get seen and checked. Now back to a 3-on-3.
Finally watching with his Fama down, Smoke's up. Covering up position, Molotov's coming through as well. Orp slow facing, and Navani can punish him for it. Face back in against the AK, Nodios can't trade it. Now Shiro's chance to strike back, 2-on-2. But he's waiting for the bomb. That's the one thing they haven't seen here on this alley entrance. Backstab inbound, Axel better not overextend because both players are reading this. Utility could come through for them. They could line up the same time, but Nodios takes that frag back, and now Shiro, where does he go? Does he rotate to B? Does he think it's going to be a B commit? 40 seconds to do so, and he's picked the wrong site, it seems.
Yeah, Shiro, the clutch master. on for a 1 versus 2, and he's kept the right read at least, staying over towards this A site. Can he get the angle to work with Manx? Looked like he was going to swing out wide. Is going to plant down towards the default position. Shiro's got a chance of at least trying to see if he can pick off these 1v1s. That's the first. Needs to try and find the second onto the ramp player.
Once again, no kit. Got a little bit of time to play with, but not that much. And they're going to both slow walk their way into their post-plant positions. Shiro going to move closer and closer towards this alley position. He's got Nodios to find, sees it, pre-aims, and adjusts for the headshot for another fantastic clutch for this guy to close out the half. 9-6 to the CT board.
Well, what did we see in IM Katowice? Something like 17 clutches from Shiro, which is tied with Simple as the most clutches ever in an event. We know that Shiro is...
The same here. Utility on Inters and Shiro. Sorry, Inters and Hobbit, I should say, excuse me. And Nodios immediately faced in Manafani. Takes him down, starts things off in this round. USP traded up to in the CTs. They had only one player there towards the A play. They stacked B, and now they're all rotating back to rotate the position as they make their way in from alley.
Nade stack, though. This bomb needs to get faked. Otherwise, if it commits towards a default position, this should be an easy kill. The nades aren't coming in, though. They come a fraction later. What is going on there from the Flames? Why even throw the nades?
They staggered the second wave of nades as well. The one HE came through and Shiro only took that damage from the first HE. Everybody else threw theirs after the fact, so not a great amount of coordination here from the Copenhagen squad. And Shiro faced in by Jabby. Jabby will take him down. 4-on-4, and Nafani and Axile have other plans.
He's getting spammed, though. Oh!
And he's going down, Nafani. Just knew. At least Nodios will find a trade back with his HE, so that's something that can go the way of the CT side. Nico Odos is ready for a little bit more. M4 of Nodios is ready to reface back. Will they line up for him? But he could possibly get a collateral out of this one, but Hobbit finds that trade quick. Nodios responds back to a 3-on-2. So, Gambit are the ones at the advantage. 6 seconds left, and they've got to move forward here towards the A site.
Ooh, that's a big kill. That really starts to put things in favor of Copenhagen Flames now massively. Shiro's got a clutch once again. 1 versus 3. First player could be on. Does get dinked in the process.
Watch him win this. Or facing around the... I've jinxed it now, but 40 seconds to the clock. He's looking on towards Ali. Got to grab that bomb as well. There's a possibility. I mean, they're drawing all the tension away from Copenhagen Flames, but... yeah, he's going to go for it. I mean, that's his best play. There are no CTs back here.
He's got to be careful without making noise, but already we're starting to see the CTs start to regroup. Oh, they're regrouping together. They're both rotating B.
I think they heard a footstep as well. They just started running. Shiro, 12 seconds. Smoke down, and it's
out of the round from Gambit.
Flashes in, Nodio sees what's coming up. Out of the mid-control, Axile will start things off on the right foot here for the T-side. Inter's going to drop Nodios, Sicilian back towards Quad, trying to get a double, only gets a single. And now Nico Odos left alone with the rest of the trades coming in from the T-side line. 1v4 for him. He's tagged the 43 points of health by the HE nades. And Gambit have overwhelmed Copenhagen Flames again.
Another individual round, unfortunately. Copenhagen Flames, just when they win one, they're not able to find the response. And money's going to be an issue here. Nico Odos really needs to hold on to this AWP. It's pretty much vital. Nate trying to be able to mask his position. Ooh, nice shot does come in. You reckon he'll be able to hold on to it? They're going hunting.
I think he knows they're coming in from the ramp control, though. It's the only player that he saw towards CT spawn, so we can wait back in the CT spawn. And Gambit are actually closing in very quickly to his position, making a lot of noise about it. Axile could end up falling, so I'll drop the AWP. And Shiro does take him down in the end, so it doesn't quite work out the way they wanted it to. That we played in. Nades up from the CT side again, going to try and look for damage past the smokes here, up towards that ramp control. Molotov's in. Look at Nafani. Look at how far he pushed up. He knows that Max is there. He takes him down. Nice start with the aggression. That kicks things off for Gambit, and he's going to continue pushing forward. Nico Odos has no idea, but Nafani does not extend that far. He goes back towards Ali. Might still hunt these players down from the side, though.
Oh, I don't think anyone expects this. I really don't think Copenhagen Flames expect this. And Nafani's got an opportunity of getting in towards mid. Oh, Vasilian somehow just come in with his knife, and Nafani's got a couple of kills. And now he is in mid with a 2-man advantage. There is a bit of a trade back. More chaos coming out from ramp. Trades keep coming back and forth. And now Nodius is stuck with all by himself in a 1 versus 3 and thinking, how did that happen?
I think one of the players might have crapped themselves the moment they faced into the A site. Oh boy. Well, Nodios, the Lone Ranger, they know exactly where he is. And surely that bomb should make its way into the B site from here. With it being secured by Nafani, he's got that position on lock. Axel just rotate up to get the plant in. And take that 15th, take that map points on Copenhagen Flames and that pick. Now one round away from doing the damage here and securing this basic sort of setup here for the Gambit camp. But obviously, as you mentioned, you know, the main thing we want to see from Copenhagen Flames is getting double digits. So far on this first map, they've already done that.
Yeah, they've worked hard. They've worked hard. There's no other way of putting it, but yeah, turning this into overtime is going to be even more difficult affair. I'm even a little bit surprised that Nodius is looking to try and go for this, right? I mean, like 1 versus 3, there's already a player out from quad. Like, this isn't going to happen at all.
Away will Copenhagen Flames look to try and take us to OT. Well, they tag out Nafani to start here at the end of the smoke. He goes down to 12 and flashes in against the CT forces. They haven't checked Jabby's corner, though. He gets away with the fact they played that angle so many times, and they're heavily tagged on a T-set, but they get away with a 4 versus 3. Not for long, though. Nodios lines up 2. Drops that bomb. Hobbit drops Nico Odos to a 2v2, however, and the finally closing in the backstab. But now they have bomb control. They have dominion over that B site, so they have the advantage on the CT side.
And with Hobbit being known out from mid, that might still bring some attention over towards that connector play. Nafani needs to get this first pick onto Nico, onto either Manx or Nodius. But the thing is, how does he round that corner without giving an advantage up to his opposition?
AK is ready. Does Nafani jump around that corner? If he does, he might catch Nodios off guard. Instead, Hobbit isolates the kill. All left on Max. 45 seconds to keep this round together. He's up against 2 of the toughest players, the IGL and the veteran. Shoulder baiting. I think he saw that player at stack. I don't know if they caught the information. They're checking out all their corners. And Manx leans up to position, sees them both. Takes out Hobbit. Nafani on 12 points of health. Trying to fake flash it with a smoke. Doesn't see that player off to the left. And the orange box. But again, hoping to stretch out their map pool against some of the weaker opposition here in the grand scale of Counter-Strike. Shiro will try to start things off here on the raid boss, P250 facing into the Ivy control. Seeing contact, but not getting any kills out of it at this stage. He's one of 2 raid bosses. The other one is here towards the main T-side force, who are in the brown halls, setting themselves up for the B hit.
Yeah, con smoke in from Nafani from the top of Pop, and looks like Gambit just want to dive out towards a B side. That late lurk out from Ivy, just trying to see if they could sell some kind of a fake and just try and pull some rotations over. But it is going to be the plan towards B. Nodius completely blinded. They've got to check Nico Odos' position back towards the spool.
There's going to be a kill coming in, a 5-on-4, making it 3 as Nodios takes those kills together for the Copenhagen Flames. Nico Odos back here towards the stack, just about gets Inters, trying to hold on to Axel, count down his shots and forced on the reload. Backup has arrived, but Axel, he's tapping through and taking names to a 2v2. Jabby now moving up here as the bomb plant will be secured in the default position. Axel knows that he's close, sees that face, takes that flick, takes that headshot and everything. And Asilian is all that remains. Backed up to the yellow train, top of the roof. Looking onto that bomb train itself, both T-side players backed up passive, trying to refine their way onto a contact angle. There's a smoke that can go down, a swing comes through at the right moment. Are they going to get on the defuse and tick the ninja? Try to tap it and try to force them to face out. The knife's in from Axile, tapping through. No! Wait, guys! No! Oh!
On and Pop. Been able to actually slow walk Nafani in. Might be able to catch the player off in the back of the bomb train up towards back green. That's the first kill.
Cillian trades back at the back of the train. Inters looking on 4-on-4. Shiro tagged, Nico Odos tagged. Inters will turn back on Manx, so man advantage maintained by Gambit, but only for a second. Cillian trades it, double flash over the E box, swinging out, seeing 2, taking only 1. The trades are really good from Copenhagen Flames, maintaining this at a 2 versus 2, and Inters wraps over, sees those 2 players. Again, Cillian responds. 3 kills for him. Shiro is extremely low on health. He's creeping around towards the back of the old hell position, moving up towards Ivy, so they're on a collision course for each other. Is Cillian going to check the right place at the right time, though? He's got so many angles to keep his eyes on.
And now starting to slow it down, maybe trying to take this T-con control, but there's already a player boosted quite aggressively in from Asilian up towards the white train, and Jabby in T-con itself.
Enters right around the corner, and the Eagle takes that frag once again, doing a great job at holding down the T-Con control. Astillion here over at the sandwich control, facing around the corner. Got several T-side players to find. Shiro there with the bomb on his back, faces in, and the Farn is going to combine alongside him to take that player down. But Shiro falls to 3 points of health, so possibilities for these Eagles left in play, especially as they trade out the high HP man of Axile. Swing back the Farney's head, taking clean off, and it's all left to Shiro now. 20 seconds, and well, looks like these force fires are going to continue for a little bit further on here, Dweg. Looks like Copenhagen Flames are going to win another good one unless Shiro clutches this, but 10 seconds to get that bomb, get these 2 kills. They're so spread out from each other, and yeah, he's left to save.
Wow, I can't believe he's saving in that kind of a position, not holding the angle once that molly comes through, and Nico Odos just has the opportunity of falling back in that held position and not being able to swung in the open.
Jabby facing in, finally taken out first and second. Astillion gets 1 kill on Hobbit in the interim, and now the defensive is looking confident. Copenhagen Flames is allowing any real ways in. Orbital face first for Nico Odos to shut them down, does not get a kill in. Molotov's coming out very early. Gambit expecting that aggression and just takes it away from the CT forces. Hobbit will start to extend towards Brown Halls. To the platform, back over towards Heaven, where there is a player peeking in. Nico Odos with a smoke to siphon him off in the T-side line. He has been able to cross as a result of it. Is Shiro ready for this? I think he is. The Orb's actually not scoped in. The Bond is going to take that face. Shoulder given up. Second player seen. Shiro can trade it back. So 4-on-4. Astillion on the ladder towards Pop Dog. Does not go so far as to extend upwards, so he evades the kill.
Yeah, they're trying to see if they can bait him up from Pop. Retake mode coming in for the City side. AWP is very close towards the site. Hobbit doing a lot of damage on towards those con rotations, but so are the T side in response. Hobbit now falling. Man advantage found by the CTs.
4-on-3. Gambit. Going to take another kill back on Nico Odos. Even man standing. Inters continues to press forward to the oil train. I don't know if that AUG read it. Manx sneaking up. Back turn, Inters will fall. Orb Shiro and AK of Axar. Nice Molotov onto the bomb at plant position. The flashbang's going over. They're still on the defuse though. They're still on the defuse actually. There's a smoke that's in the midst of it, so the Molotov did not land. And Shiro left alone to hold on to the AWP as Copenhagen Flames. They take the half at 8-2. Anything else is going to come through. He's going to back off away from Ivy control.
I don't like this setup for Copenhagen Flames if it's a beast play from the T side. No one's in rotating positions at all. No one's playing mid-bomb or even out to connector to get over. Finally, we're going to see Mank starting to at least relocate over, try and help out Nodius, because it looks like it's going to be a B play, and they're starting to push T-Con for info for Jabby.
Nodius ready to receive. Orp in the back lines watching upper. Hobbit swung the shoulder bait, does take a tag back for it, but Nodios over at Marshmallow gets into a 3-on-3. Shiro can respond. Axel drops as the lurking player, and the AWP's been seen top of white. Flashes over, and Hobbit is extending out of the gates here. Catches that Orpa, but doesn't get the kill. He does actually get the kill, excuse me. But Manx is back here at oil. He gets the kill back on the next player as Shiro, and now Hobbit's going to go back and get his bomb back to a plant position 1-on-1. He's going to try and rotate back towards the A side, but don't want to make it. Block it off, 2 players out towards his Ivy control. Manx takes down that first, flick back to Axel, not quite connecting, and Nodio sees what's coming his way from the upper control, or does he? They've rotated off A entirely, and now they realise what's really going on as the kill comes through as a 4v3 retake. Got to get set here for Copenhagen Flames.
Yeah, Nodius leaving his post there towards connector, going in towards City Spawn, maybe thinking there might be more out from Ivy. They do have the man advantage, but no one's really in rotating positions. Finally, some pressure coming in from the Brown Horse itself, but that's where Shiro's playing out from.
Hobbit leaning up, Shiro taking his fight towards those Brown Horse positions. Hobbit goes down, and Odio Sicilian starting to face in from the ramp control. Is he going to be dealt with? The Farney will do his damage. And Shiro looking back to the back lines over the oil train. Good nades on the Sicilian and Nodios. 2 players standing for either side. Jabby against Shiro. The Farney close towards the site. Nico Odos will get that kill. Jabby with a trade. And with the kit in play, I think he's just got enough time for this defuse. It will be close. Oh. And he's got it by the skin of his teeth. Once again, Copenhagen Flames come up trumps against Gambit. T-side is abysmal, you know, like they've had very good T-sides in the past. I think overall their win rates on the percentages of the rounds won for both sides are still pretty similar for Gambit, so again, it's not an excuse of the half advantage. 4-on-4, the first trades have come through, neither team coming out on top.
Gambit have got this Brad Hall's control, but it looks like they want to try and contest out from Pop, and just a dry swing coming through from Nafani allows Sicilian to hold his ground. Yes, he gets tagged incredibly low at 5 points of health, but it's man advantage regained by that City side. Gambit now starting to regroup in the Brown Halls, looking to go for another one of these B set pieces. Jabby's the only defender at B, and he's got no utility.
Sicilian's found a kill here towards the pop dog control. What are you guys doing, really? 2 more kills found. The double boost doesn't work out. Sicilian makes it a quadra. A huge play for him. And Copenhagen Flames with Connector, and they're going to force forward on the A site hit. Damage has been done, but Jabby opens up the half by taking out Nafani. And Nodios enters that smoke, catches Shiro, sees Axile, and doubles up the same. Hobbit suddenly alone as Inches in Heaven is dealt with, and the veteran falls in connected to Jabby. 3 kills for him. What a pistol from Copenhagen Flames. And the Danes are watching for control, but it's very passive. They're not going to go up the opening kill so early.
And we saw how much damage Sicilian was able to do on this CT side of Pop. Axile staying around in the molly for a little bit of time will mean that he's going to take the majority of the damage for it, down to about half HP, flashing towards Ivy. No one actually playing there for the CT side, but 50 seconds on the clock. It's going to be a fake of smokes out towards the A site and a commitment into B.
Little over 40 seconds. The Sicilian's going to try and drop down into Pop Dog. Make some noise for it. Both players dropping in together. And now they establish themselves for the A play. Out of the gates for one player, but he's just a lurker. If he gets even a kill, Axel shoots through the smoke and catches him. That's a big way to open up, but Jabby trades back Hobbit on the B site. 4v4 with the bomb plant, and the retake is starting to come through.
Oh, look at how far they've pressed up aggressively too, catching off the AWP, almost the secondary one to come through onto the control. But back to a 3 versus 3, there is a low HP player of Axel. There's kits in play, and now Nico Odos is trying to push forward towards the back of Oil.
That's Smoke giving him enough cover. Axel going to reveal his position to the closest AK. Switching out to the AK, expecting aggression to come through. Nico Odos to the edge of the smoke, takes that fight, wins it out, swings back on in turns, deals with him, doesn't see the player top of yellow. Nafani can trade it, but now needs to act quick towards the site. He doesn't have a kit, actually, there's no time to make this happen. And Copenhagen Flames will get to 15. Gambit. Spray through. Nodios will take that final player down, make sure no rifles stay in for the...
Had that same change of pace because it was very quick and it was very successful for an eco.
Nodios facing in against Hobbit. Hobbit shuts him down immediately. Copenhagen Flames are trying some very fast defaults and fast executions. They're not always working for them. Jabby, despite him getting back to an even man standing, is on 24 HP and continuing to aggressive with the sandwich control. Flashes in, Intus, not aware of what's really going on, and Jabby shuts him down. Looks back for the triple. Shiro trades it, keeps it at 3-on-3, but meanwhile they've left the B bomb site. Only one player's rotating back. Hobbit might not be aware, he will be now. The Sicilian's presence, Shiro will get forced away, and shot missed out to the backlines. The bomb's going to try and cross and get back to plant.
They put a lot of nades down towards that default position. That actually might force a little bit longer until that bomb comes through. Allow the backstab in from the CT side. Hobbit with the NWP up close, can't land the shot onto a Sicilian, and now it's a man advantage found for the T side.
Nafani's still going to be the linchpin player coming in from upper, though. Does anyone check this position? I think Manx is watching it. Nico Odo's going to try leaning up. He doesn't see any of the T-side forces. There's only one more place that he can check here. Is Oil Train sees Manx, takes him down, 2-on-2. Looks back to Nico Odo's position. He's ready for him. Bursts through that shoulder bait. Forces that player to peek away. Another man also at the other side of upper, back at the CT entrance. Smoke down. They're going to try go for the ninja, I think. Nico Odo's facing, trying to bait out Shiro. Nafani making his way towards the train itself. Seen there, the body block on the Molotov should burn him a little bit. They're still on the bomb though. Tags up, going in for the knife kill. Why? Guys, no! Defuse! You've got 4 more rounds to go to get to overtime. AUG of Hobbit is watching for contacting kills, gets 1 kill. Jabby and Nodios trade it though. That's a 4-on-3. Nafani is the last player held towards the site. He's low HP though. Gets a kill off of Nodios. That's easy with him also being at the single digits. Out of position, seeing that next player. Manx trades it to a 3-on-2 now. Orpashiro, M4 of Inters coming up for the retake. They have a man advantage for Copenhagen Flames. Gambit need to win this.
There's a late lurk still on the A side, so there's an opportunity that Jabby can start to backstab in from Connector. Gonna start leaning back over towards Pop Dog to get into the Brown Halls. Missed AWP shot comes out from Nico Odos.
Second one hits though, it's all on Inters now. 1 versus 3, no smoke for the defuse. The one that was on site already dissipating, and that Last position on the default plant angle. Taps that bomb once, trying to force a player to peek in. Gonna go hunting towards that ramp control, but I think he's out of time at this stage. Gotta stick the whole thing, and Nico Odo's just... Again, not spotting anything of that CT force. The squeaky door will open up. The CT's probably gonna hear that, especially that player over at the graffiti entrance. Smoked up coming through for him on towards that heaven control. Player of Manx on site, dealt with by Axel. Good start. Nodio shuts down that quick trade on Hobbit to a 4 versus 4. Nico Odos also swings back, finds a double up of his own accord. Nodio drops Stefani, and 10 seconds left for Inter to get that plant in. The CTs know it. They can just try and force the issue onto him, take him down. He will drop a Cillian at least, but now he's just got to go for the plant here. Tagged up, CT's going to force forward, know that he will be completely exposed as this bomb goes down. They will secure the plant, but they won't secure the round.
Nodius is probably having one of the best of threes. The Bathrooms is going to hear a lot of this information.
Spray through, Jabby gets the kill, Shiro can trade it back, 4 on 4, Axel makes it 3. As Copenhagen Flames capitulate in the mid control, even catches Jabby on the quick entry back towards that long position. So 2 standing in Manx and Cillian, and Gambit should be gaining a second round to their favor. Fani. Oh, AK turned away at the wrong moment. SMG can take him down, but awkward spray. He does manage to secure it and gets out of dodge with his life. Not bad.
Yeah, he can just rotate up towards that heaven position, leave that single player on the A site. It's going to be a difficult hold for Cillian. He's got a lot of players around him, and only with this MP9, it's going to be close quarters. If he can get maybe a couple of kills, then that could certainly be a way into the site. But with 30 seconds on the clock, Gambit still slow walking their way up to A.
Cillian hearing footsteps. Does he swing? Flash is allowed from his teammates to allow a peek. He doesn't go for it, though. They're just trying to hold back and play a passive position. 15 seconds, though. If they drop that bomb, that could be disastrous. Axile falls. Swing back on Max. Oh, no. Gambit. They have bottled it once again. Cillian will face. He will end up falling. Shiro's just going to secure this plant in time. It's pretty open. He knows where Manx is coming from, however, to try and clutch this again for a 3rd kill to his name. Manx swings the
struggling to gather a lot of information. Now double stacking up towards this long control. They'll have 3 players to deal with, and it's going to be dry again for this entry for Nafani. Opening kill being found, but the trade comes back instantly. Do they check Jabby's position to get another entry through? Shiro just runs wild, but he doesn't fall.
Spray through, it catches that second player of Inters. That's big. 4 on 3. Shiro can trade it back to 3 on 3, however. 60 seconds remain. And Axar swings up, tries to look for a Cillian. Can't get that kill. Nico Odos will try to see if he can respond towards this position at the divider angle, but Axar still wins out the fight. Looks back towards his teammate. Cillian finally trades it, but on 6 points of health, needs some support. Manx is here. That bomb is on long. It can rotate via mid back to the B side, but if Gambit are going to do that, they're going to do it now.
There is not a lot of time for them to sit here and start playing some of the mind games. Copenhagen Flames have brought both players up towards the A side. They may think about rotating that one player back. Oh, they're both going. This is a big misread for the CT side. And I wonder, when that bomb gets planted at A, do they even try the retake? There's no money. You've got a low HP player. They might just instantly save.
One man's going to rotate back. They are going to go for the retake. Yeah, 2-pronged attack in from Connector and from Dumpster. The kit is in for a Cillian, though. He's got to be the player to stay alive. And the AWP of Shiro, caught looking the wrong way, perfect chance. Manx takes out Hobbit. Now suddenly Shiro is left alone. He is heavily tagged of his own right. Peeking in, doesn't see that play out towards the site. Taps through eventually. They catch him off with his back turn, and the retake is successful for Copenhagen Flames. A big scale up coming in for them. And the seconds to the board of the CT side.
That's not an easy retake, but they do really well in it. We see
the last one. He will gain Bathrooms control. Jabby has just escaped. The timing is perfect for him.
That re-smoke is nice too, and they're even rotating a 3rd player up from a Cillian. Jabby's still playing quite aggressive about it, playing anti-flash. Entries just come in straight away. The trade comes back and the bomb gets dropped.
You've seen that second player, or that 3rd player, I should say, as well, towards the Bathrooms. A Cillian right here to take that face. Got plenty of ammo in the magazine. Will face do damage, take little back to return the AK out towards long. Gonna be contested by a long flanker in the Farney as Nodio stubbles up, takes out those 2.
You know,
it's a good shout, actually.
Yeah, I always think that, because you don't know what happens if you call a stop call and then you find out, oh, actually, we've got to talk about things. I mean, it's not the case here, but teams should play the whistle, make sure the round keeps going. But anyway, we are going to get into round 10, and it looks like Copenhagen Flames are going to have a very different approach in towards Fountain. Jabby getting flashed behind him, Inters to find the 1st and the 2nd entry, so that aggressive peak works for the 1st kill, but then the trades come back.
Max are ready for Asilian next. Asilian still wins the fight. Looks back towards weak door, which is open. Sees Hobbit's shoulder as he gives him an inch, and he takes a mile. A 3 versus 2 situation favor to the CT side.
Oh, this
Gambit
push.
continue the trades. Oh, but Manx is going to find so much here. If they hear any presence, if he catches off Shiro, if that connector player of Nodios can sort of hold them back here, then this backstab could be everything. Does he go through T-Con? He does. He breaks away from the actual backstab. So this is going to get information, but little do they know that they've got a direct line into the B site, and the player leaning out of the mid control in from connector is in a lot of danger here.
Yeah, they think it's an A play for sure. They've been able to clear out the backstab, the one area of the map they haven't cleared, and they're silently making their way to B. They're going to walk into B and go, hang on, how is it completely open? And Copenhagen Flames have got to be thinking to themselves, well, we've cleared out the A site, we're clearing out bathrooms, we've got backstab in. If they're not here, are they out from long? Where are they?
Just going to shoulder bait and lean up. Yeah, they've read this wrong entirely, Copenhagen Flames.
They think it's long for sure.
Yeah.
Oh, what?
What?
No.
Gambit!
Don't tell me they're going A.
No, there's no way. They're 18 seconds as well. 18 seconds. Asilian has an AK, he's looking the wrong way at this stage. They're going to creep up, look to the position, they're going to get this kill, and now the TTs can just adjust the walk. Shot in, kill, found player out mid, breakthrough, takes that front back, bomb plant, going to try to be secured. They're going to rush around the corner, the flashbang's good enough though, but Nodio still shuts it down. Gambit had the B site and every side. Unless they ecoed straight into the second round, they wouldn't be able to get rifles out until we're looking at 13-5. So there's all sorts of possibilities here. It only takes a couple of good rounds for Copenhagen Flames to maintain. And here comes the hit, Nafani straight out along. First kill found, the bomb's not there. It has got a chance to rotate if Jabby clutches this position. And Nafani, knife out, gives up the kill. Looking back for the scout as Shiro is going to try to wrap around the corner, do tag damage. Focus against the AK, Inters can get the kill, but Shiro is traded. So 2v2, the A-side defenders have done decent enough to set up the retake for the CT side. That bomb held out towards long though, and Nicolas with the orb shot deals with Inters. It's all left to Axile.
Got to try and clutch a 1 versus 2. Now, he knows the AWP is up close and personal. May even be trying to peek in towards the bathrooms. A chance for Axel to move in towards Connector over at the B side. And now the My Games start to come through.
1v1. The Org versus the Galil. And right now, the Galil is winning. The rotation's back to the passive position of the A site. Manx has actually got the right read here. No, he's backing off towards Dumpster. He's going to wait in heaven. Best place to rotate towards both sites. Try defend from B. We'll have to play retake A, but he's going back through bank control. Axel's thinking about an open plot and everything. Smoke down, nade up. That's going to land directly towards Manx. Go for the default plant. Switch out to the AK here. AUG crossing, catching a gap and dealing with the man. Can't deny the bomb plant, but it won't matter at this stage. It's 10-5 for Copenhagen Flames to close out.
And look how passive Gambit want to play this, but there is a lurker out from long they don't know about.
Nafani shuts down that first Hobbit there towards the back of the dumpster position. Nafani and Hobbit are cleaning house. Headshots are plenty for the USPs, and that is a good way back in for Gambit. They needed a round like this, and it's going to come through in whole. A single point of damage done towards Hobbit. Asilian with a 1 versus 5 clutch bomb in their possession. And Shiro
towards Monster starting to spam, and then even up towards the party position to catch off that first player running out from T-Con or Jabby. Gambit, the one disadvantage they do have in round 19 is obviously that SMG, but very, very light when it comes to this utility standpoint. Copenhagen Flames still want to stay around from this short position, maybe just get a walking player to see if they can trade back.
Ollie's on, forcing a player out of dodge. Manx will take face, can't quite seem to catch the kill on the Gambit man who's there. Shiro with the AWP is watching the mid presence, and they're going to go for a rotation here. Norios has established the map control, but can he establish enough presence to get them into the site, get that bomb plant? The M4 is also there towards the corner. What can Shiro do? They haven't got long presence. That's fine. Copenhagen Flames aren't going to act there. Nodios, drive face, flashbang in, takes that base. Not ready for Axel though, switching out to the M4, just about gets that kill together. And the AWP watching through the body of a dead opposition player. Manx will get that kill on Axel and around the corner to deal with the AWP. 3v3 for the bomb plant. He sprays through the wall, done damage towards, but they can set up the retake in a 3-on-3.
Now Manx has found 2 in the round, and he makes it 3 on such low HP. After that spam comes in from Hobbit, still slow walking.
Oh my god!
He gets so... Finals.
Again, what a victory it would be for Copenhagen Flames. We mentioned at the start they could have been You know, they could have been eliminated by Endpoint in the main. Swiss could see Endpoint in this position potentially in a team that you could argue would at least have some sort of contest against Gambit. They're competing in Pro League as well. But Copenhagen Flames are the ones that defeated them, defeated Namiga as well in the round of 12, and now an opening kill in round 21 to try and defeat Gambit all the same. No trades back. Nico Odos is tagged heavy.
It's a start. It may be a lot of damage being done, and the flash just comes in towards Monster. They even make it 2. Now they can just run out towards the B side or start to scramble the rotations. They've got a 5-on-2 advantage.
Axile is so close. Shiro is waiting back at the divider area of the Bathroom's control. Asinian is going to get caught off guard. That's one player to hold off against. Needs to isolate the next 2 1v1s. Does see Mank, shoots him in the back, gets a double up for his trouble. Nodios next. Where's the flashbangs? They've got 2 on Nico Odos, but he's going to back off passive. And Shiro is now given a chance to rotate back here. Molotov's in, re-smokes down, repositions to a backline passive position over in the water control. Bomb plant. Going to be attempted. Swing back. Axile gets a kill. Sets up Shiro for the clutch. 2 to find, 1 low HP. The Orpa looking backside, 2 to find, only gets 1. Manx makes it a 2-for-1 trade, and Hobbit left towards jungle position, takes out Nodios to even up the man advantage. The plant will be secured, so it will be retake for Gambit.
A 3v3. This is one of the most winnable positions we've seen for Copenhagen Flames in a while. Backstab coming in from Monster, however, on the city side.
Manx is pushed up so aggressive. Nico Odos, what will he find? He'll look towards heaven. Manx does not see Hobbit. He will catch him at the edge of the bridge. Controls the smoke. Will be edged up. There comes 2 kills for Manx and Nico Odos. Suddenly Axile with an impossible task. But Gambit have made the impossible happen in the past. 1 kill found. Needs to get 2 more. The kit is in on him. He sees Manx, takes that face.